Hello friends, it's Angel, and today I have for you another vlog. We are already out of bed today because we had an apartment inspection this morning, and so we all just went to my parents' house. That way there's no chance of them accidentally letting out Pumpkin or Toby. But today we are going to the thrift store as usual. I'm also going to continue cleaning out and organizing my closet. I also finally want to finish my sewing project and also do a few little sewing things that I've been meaning to do. I also might try out our pool today and also go grocery shopping, so it's gonna be a pretty busy day today. But before I start my day, it's time to get ready and chat about my week. So far, it's been a really good week. I'm finding myself in a place where I have a lot of inspiration and motivation to get stuff done. I think it's because we're finally done with all this weird apartment stuff that was keeping me from being home and getting done the work I needed to. At least I hope it's done. I mean, we're not due for another bug spraying or apartment inspection for 3 months, so at least the scheduled interruptions won't be for a while. My fiance is also on a new work schedule, which is working out really well. So we've been able to kind of synthesize things so we can spend more time together. Like if he's driving somewhere for a DoorDash, I can be in the car editing a video. This week in particular too, I feel like I've been able to kind of get out of this funk I've been in, and I don't even think I realized how much of a funk I was in, if that makes sense. I think I've just been so overwhelmed with all the stuff going on in the apartment and just trying to keep up with things in general that I haven't really been doing the little things that is important to my well-being and overall happiness. For example, I just started wearing jewelry again, and that's such a small little thing, but I wasn't having as much fun with fashion and creating cute outfits, which is a lot better now. I'm a lot more inspired now. My closet is a bit cleaned out and I'm gonna work on it more today. And lately I've been going on Pinterest rather than Instagram or Facebook or anything, because I find it genuinely inspires me to spend time dressing up cute or working on little projects. So that is definitely a positive influence on me right now. Love me some Pinterest. This week, I've also been spending a lot of time reflecting and journaling, mainly on the concept of like my dream self. Because lately, I don't know, I feel like I'm just kind of going through the motions and I'm not really focusing on personal growth as much as I could be. For example, something that's really important to me and I wrote so many papers on in college because I just care about it so much is environmental sustainability. But I just feel like I haven't been trying to make any improvements in my life in that regard. For example, since we moved in, I've wanted to compost. My parents have a great little compost bin going on outside, so I could easily bring over my scraps to my parents, but I just haven't because I haven't had the energy, felt like I haven't had the time. But I want to make that effort. It is so important to me and who I am that I do make that effort to be more environmentally sustainable. So that is just one area of growth I really want to hone in on, and hopefully I can show you my progress throughout these vlogs and show you the little efforts I'm making towards being more environmentally sustainable. For example, composting, buying less plastic, buying from our local farmers market, just that sort of thing. Little things just to be more sustainable. But I am finally ready. And here I am making lunch. I had breakfast at my parents', but now it is lunchtime and I am hungry. So first I scrambled up some tofu and then I poured in some just egg. I'm trying to do a better job vlogging and actually showing you my process of making things rather than just showing you my completed plate of food. Then I'm cutting up some green onion, which I have been growing in my kitchen. It is getting huge, so I definitely needed to use some up. And as you can see, there is a lot of it. I love my green onion, especially in kind of eggy foods. Today I'm just gonna have an egg sort of sandwich, but you know, vegan style. Here I am cutting up the bread and I'm gonna stick it in the toaster just for a little bit so it's nice and toasty. Oh yeah, and can't forget the seasonings. But this is my lunch sort of brunch. I'm having this vegan egg sandwich, of course. a tangerine, and some vegan cheese balls. Pretty simple. And here I am at Goodwill. This is the one nearest to my house, and it can be kind of hit or miss. First, I spotted a really cute teacup. It was adorable, but I just didn't love the colors. Oh, but they had this gorgeous set. So cute. And then they had a really adorable bunny plate. And also tons of really pretty glassware. I really like this heart, but it was so heavy. I could not imagine moving with this thing. And then there was a little creepy bunny lady, but I love her. And this little, it was actually a tea set, which was teddy bear angels and like quilted. It was just crazy cute, but I did leave it behind. Then in the clothes, I first went to the pajamas, found the slip, but it was kind of yellowing and stained. So I did end up leaving it behind. Then I spotted this sweater, but yep, another stain. I just keep finding so many stained things lately. Oh, but I did find this amazing jacket. I really love it. It's very my style that I've been kind of developing, but it was a bit pricey. I think I might wait and see if it goes on sale. Then I found this crazy pink vest. I love it. It is so funky, but I did leave this behind as well. Then I spotted a little cardigan, but it was quite pilly, unfortunately. I do really like the style of cardigan though. It's so cute. Then I found this top. I don't think I love the color, that's why I left it, but it was really cute and lacy and floaty. Then I was in the blanket section because I'm actually looking for a crocheted blanket for a project. I want to do an upcycling video where I do some mini projects, and I was trying to find the right size of crocheted item. I almost picked this up because I really wanted the squares out of it, but I didn't love the yellow, so I did leave it behind. Then I spotted this crazy knitted throw with like this raw wool. I remember this being a trend to make a while back. Oh, and then I found even more crocheted things, so I was digging through, trying to find something that was the right size, and it ended up being this blue and pink blanket. I just want the pink. We'll see what I do with the blue. Oh, and then there are all these Dalmatians. I don't know if someone had like a 101 Dalmatians party or what, but it was crazy. And here are my putbacks for the day. It's just this blue slip. I didn't love the color, and then same deal with this Victoria's Secret slip. It is really cute, and I really like the little flower design on it, but yeah, left it behind. But here is my cart for today. I found quite a few really cute things, including a little mug and also some plushies that I think I will use for a DIY project. If it isn't too sad, I'm still deciding. I just really like their little faces. But we came home, and now me and my fiance are trying out our pool for the first time. They were working on it forever, so we really didn't know if it was gonna ever open or not, but it did. And we definitely want to make use of it because it is so hot. It was like 103 degrees today. It was ridiculous. And here I am chatting with my fiance. We were cracking up because the pool rules were just so long and ridiculous. Like you can't swim underwater or hold your breath or play with toys, anything. So we were joking, oh, you're having fun, that's against the rules. Smiling's against the rules. You can't look at me, that's against the rules. But it was quite fun. We did have a really good time despite all the rules. Then after that, we did end up going grocery shopping. We needed a few things for dinner. But first, look how gorgeous all the flowers are. My favorite flower is pink roses, but I also love lilies, but can't bring them home. One, lilies are toxic to cats, and Toby eats roses. He loves them. So no flowers for me, only a bunch of veggies. Got tons of veggies for tonight because I want to make one of those pizzas that you use the pizza crust and then cream cheese and then tons of fresh veggies on top. That's just what I've been craving. So picked up these little pre-made pizza crusts and also some vegan mozzarella, and it should be so good. But here I am back at home because it is closet organizing time. I've been addicted to closet clean out videos lately, and a tip that really caught my attention is putting away your winter stuff. Like, duh, that's so obvious, but I never thought to do it. and it's gonna make so much space in my closet because I own so many huge sweaters. At first, I was hesitant because I do wear a lot of my sweaters, even though it's still hot, for my YouTube videos, but if they're just in a little wheelie cart under my bed, then I can just grab what I need when I need it, rather than have it taking up a bunch of closet space when I'm not wearing these sweaters in my day-to-day life. Plus, I like wearing more fairy, coquette, feminine lacy things in the summer and spring, and then in the autumn and winter, more kawaii grammar core sweaters. So putting all this away will help me keep my closets more cohesive depending on the season we're in. And under the bed it goes. Ignore how chewed up my bed is. Wonder who did that? Some naughty puppy. And here I am back in my closet doing some more cleaning out, just going through and making sure I definitely want everything in my closet. Since I've been making more effort dressing up this week, I have a better understanding of what items, such as this shirt, do not work for me anymore. That shirt was super pilly, and when I went to wear it this week, I was like, nope. So I knew it was probably time to clear it out. Doing a slower, more thoughtful process of cleaning out my closet rather than just giving myself an hour or a few hours in a day to do it has definitely worked a lot better for me. And I've been able to organize my closet better and actually think about whether or not I need specific items. It's definitely working out great. And here I am in the office. Since cleaning out my closet, I've actually gone through and grab the things that need fixing. This is a dress I recently thrifted. It's going to be in a future thrift haul, but I did not like this lacy thing on the back, so I'm just going ahead and seam ripping the lace right off. And I think I am going to actually keep the piece of lace for future sewing projects, so nothing's getting wasted, which is good. But yes, since I've taken a more thoughtful approach to my closet, I found I actually feel the motivation for once to actually complete all my little sewing projects. For example, this shirt in the corner was my favorite shirt, but it lost a button. So I'm just going to take the bottom button and move it to the top because I'm going to tuck it into a skirt anyway. And I have not worn this shirt for years. I don't even know if it still fits, but it was my favorite. I lost the button, could not find a replacement that would fit. So yeah, it's just kind of obvious. Just take it off the bottom. Why not? Plus, even in this state, I feel like it's more sellable than it is just missing a button in the middle. Plus, it is good sewing practice. I really want to start making upcycled things. I've been going on Pinterest, liking a bunch of stuff, and like I said, I really want to do a video where I do a few little simple projects, very beginner stuff, even one no-sew project. Oh, and then I have this fairy blouse. I'll mention it real quick. This piece was actually in my closet for quite a while. I really wanted to wear it, but never got around to doing it. It was just slightly too small, and I didn't want to admit it, but I decided I wanted to sell it and then noticed that it had 2 holes in the sides, and I just never got around to fixing them, so now is the time. I definitely prefer doing a bunch of sewing projects at once rather than one at a time, but this stuff has been sitting for quite a while, so I am glad I'm finally getting around to doing it. But yes, like I was saying, upcycling. I've been going on Pinterest finding so many projects I want to do but just don't feel skilled enough to do it. So rather than just wistfully dream of making amazing things one day, I figured I can start out small and I can bring you guys along on my journey as I learn the process of upcycling and of course learning the dreaded sewing machine. The main thing is probably threading it and also what to do if there's a mistake. I'm kind of scared of sewing my finger, but we must be brave and pursue the things we want to do. I keep thinking, like, what if I just spend my whole life thinking about things I want to do rather than just doing them? For example, I started this sewing project, which I am now finishing today. I am done putting it off. I did some reflection and I realized the reason I kept putting it off was that I was afraid to make mistakes on it, and that was kind of paralyzing me and not letting me get on with this project and finish it. But I decided I was done putting it off today. I already had my sewing supplies out, so why not just get it done, finish it. Even if I do make mistakes on it, I am learning still. And I will proudly say I did make mistakes and I did mess up some places, but I learned from it. I now know in the future some strategies that I'm gonna do differently. And guess what? The next one of what I'm making, I won't tell you just yet because it's still taking form. But yeah, the next one will probably have a bunch of mistakes too, but I will just keep learning and growing and working on it. This is not at all revolutionary, but I thought today, the one thing every artist has in common is they make art. Now, that is to say, I'm not meaning to get into a big debate of what defines an artist. Rather, I mean to say that every great artist or artisan or what have you got that way because they made things. And if I let myself be paralyzed by the worry of imperfection or the outcome not being what I expected, then I'm never gonna get where I wanna be. I'm never gonna work my muscle and my skills and get to the point where I am comfortable sharing and even selling my arts and my little crafts. I have definitely talked about this before, even when doing my little fruit drawings for my sketchbook, but I really feel like I should be honest with you guys in the fact that I am still struggling with this concept of trying to not let my desire for perfection prevent me from creating in the first place. And I do acknowledge I do get very rambly, but I hope maybe something I say will at least help someone out there who is tuned into this video. I guess because the purpose of this vlog is to show the really cute, happy parts of my life and what I get up to, but I still want it to be honest and reflect the fact that I am not a perfect person who has absolutely everything together. I am still learning and growing and trying to figure out the person I want to be and how I can do better in this world. And you know, it will be cool in the future looking back on these videos and seeing, you know, how far I've come. Hopefully I do figure some things out, especially figuring out my role in the world and how I can make it a better place. But now it is time to finally reveal my silly little sewing project. It is a forg. It is a derpy, smooth frog, silly little creature that I've made. This is the third one I've actually made. These two I made years ago. They are a lot smaller and a lot messier, but I do really love them. Ever since I made this first one, he's a bit of a mess, but I love him. He lives in the car. And then this little guy, they're just so silly. I wanted to make more, but I lost the pattern, so I had to redo it, refigure it out. And yeah, I definitely made quite a few mistakes on this one, but I am just gonna keep making them, working on them, and working out the kinks. And I should have an army, hopefully, at some point, and maybe eventually sell them. I don't know if anyone would want to buy these. They are quite silly and cute, but yeah. I mean, they probably would make good pin cushions, but that's sad to think about them getting poked. So, you know. I also think they might make cute keychains. I did buy some little keychain loops, so we will see where this goes. But then I decided while I'm in the office, I might go ahead and organize my selling rack because it's a bit of a mess right now and it's kind of preventing me from just picking stuff up and listing it whenever I have time. So I'm gonna go ahead and organize it, put some stuff back in the closet that I'm not ready to list yet. But in terms of my online shop, I am noticing I'm still not listing as much as I feel like I need to. So I thought maybe a good idea to motivate me and keep me accountable for listing every day if possible. It's recommended on Depop you list 5 things every day to appease the algorithm. So I really want to do that. I think I'm going to challenge myself to list 5 things every day for an entire month and kind of record the results. See if it makes my sales jump crazy, do amazing, or if nothing really happens, maybe it'll just be a waste of time. But there's a lot of different factors that I think will be interesting to consider, like at what point do I start running out of items? Because 5 items a day seems like nothing. But what if I run out of stuff to post? How am I gonna keep from getting burnt out? What if something comes up? What happens if I miss a day? That sort of thing. I think there's lots of factors to consider and kind of experiment with. But at the very least, I can update you in the vlogs. But if something crazy happens, it might even become its own video where I talk about the pros and cons of doing what's recommended, posting 5 things every day. And I figured it would help out my own small business. I could definitely figure out if this is worth doing, if it's worth my time. But it could also be helpful to other Depop sellers or people who want to start a Depop and don't know if they need to be doing this, because I don't even know. I've seen on the online forums that yes, you need to do this. No, it doesn't work. So we shall see. But here is my inventory all organized, so at least I'm a little more prepared for this challenge. So far, I'm on day 2 of listing 5 things a day and nothing's happened, so we'll see in a month. But now it is time to make some dinner. I am so hungry. So first, we gotta roll out our pizza dough all nice. And here it is all rolled out. And next we gotta add some herbs to it. I also brushed it with a little olive oil and then popped it in the oven. Now it's time to cut up some veg. I am cutting up this broccoli, and Pumpkin is in the background wandering by. I did pay her the broccoli tax. She likes a lot of veggies, especially raw broccoli and carrots. She hates any kind of spinach or lettuce though. That she is not interested in. Now I'm cutting up some little peppers. I really like these. Not only are they tasty, but they come in the 3 colors, of course, so they add a really nice pop of color to your dinners. I fully recognize I'm doing a terrible job of chopping tonight. I don't know what it was. I think it was because the camera's on me and I was like, I can't remember how I chop vegetables. It made me nervous for no reason. I'm so used to being in front of a camera now, but yeah, I probably also needed a bigger knife, but as long as the pieces are little, you know, if you do a weird technique, does it really matter if it all came out, you know, in nice little pieces? Oh, I did also add some corn and purple onion just for some nice flavors. I know that sounds weird, corn on pizza, but this will be so tasty. And here's the cooked dough. Now I'm gonna spread on some vegan cream cheese. It's just a tofu brand, and it actually ended up pulling up a lot of the herbs and tasting really nice and herby. Then here's all the veg on top, and I added the vegan mozzarella just for a little extra tastiness and creaminess. And oh, I also did add some green onion because you know I love my green onion and there's so much of it. And here is my dinner. I also heated up some vegan popcorn chicken for a little protein. After eating that, I went in the office because I have some orders package, sold this very fairy blouse. In terms of what sold this week, it was more very fairy stuff. I did end up selling a big bundle of very fairy camis and I think a couple skirts as well. So it does seem like the camis and skirts are doing really, really well now that it is summertime. But surprisingly, 2 very granny, kitschy sweaters went as well. So I do wonder if people are starting to anticipate, you know, when the weather is back to being nice and cool. If I do end up making an entire video for the 1-month challenge I want to do, I will definitely break it down by probably item category and aesthetic of the items that sold, because I think that will be interesting to take a look at as well. I have also been thinking about making my own website that I could sell my clothes on, but I don't know if the cost of that would be worth it at this point. I'll have to look into it, but that's definitely something I'm considering. I've also been thinking about trying eBay again, but I don't think I will because I just had a horrible experience on there. It was so hard to use, but maybe I will try again. That might even make an interesting video, but we will see. It does take me a lot of time to list as it is because I got a cross list on 4 different platforms. So, you know, if I add a fifth, it's gonna be even more time. So I have to gauge whether or not that's worth my time. But finally done packaging orders, and before I go to bed, I'm having a delicious ice cream cone. I'm having this Oatly strawberry ice cream, and we bought waffle cones. I've confused waffle cones with sugar cones, and this is so huge. I was not expecting it to be so big, but I covered it in cute little sprinkles, and oh, this was such a treat. I am definitely gonna have this again. It's so nice just to have some ice cream at home with some cute sprinkles. But it is super late and I was up pretty early this morning, so I am completely exhausted. I need to go to bed, but I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Thank you for commenting, liking, and subscribing. It really helps out my channel. New vlogs every Friday and new videos every Saturday. And I think that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!